Laws of Nature, Reshaping and Overexploitation of the Earth. BD0737 from January 8, 1939, taken from book number 15. In the visible world, all laws in nature are given by the Creator in such a way that the slightest contravention causes an equally visible destruction of what has been created, and thus the divine will and His omnipotence must remain active in order to preserve what exists. Thus no being, whether from the spiritual or earthly world, can arbitrarily bring about a change in natural events which would not be in accordance with the Creator's will. Thus, man will never be able to influence the laws of nature in any way, and his endeavor to overturn them on his own would be in vain. However, man is entitled to many possibilities to cooperate in God's will and thus to participate in the shaping or reshaping of the Earth's surface, thus in a certain sense also to be creative already on Earth. But then the will of man must always submit to the divine will if the created works are to endure. All human actions must conform to the laws of nature, as disregarding these can result in immediate destruction or even a slow decay of the whole. Where the forces of nature, which correspond to God's will, prove to be conducive to earthly activity, all human activity will also be favored, i.e., man will then only carry out what is the will of the eternal deity, even if seemingly of his own free will, whereas all activity that is not willed by God, as contrary to the laws of nature, will only produce unsuccessful results. Often the consequences are not immediately noticeable, and this leads the human being to the erroneous conclusion that he can act according to his own judgment, but then the harmful effects for humanity are far more extensive, but even then they are often not yet proof to the deluded human being of his wrong actions and thoughts. In the same way, the theft of the earth, in and on earth, will have a terrifying effect on people if it assumes proportions which do not correspond to God's will. Interruption.